Hey, checking in here at AL.com. I'm Lauren Sisler, joined now by former Auburn defensive tackle Derrick Brown. First and foremost, Derrick Brown, I just want to ask you guys during this time, how are you guys and your family doing?
Good. Everybody's just trying to stay safe. Follow the orders you just put out right now, and just be able to stay inside and just have family time to stay safe.
So you're at home in Atlanta right now, and you gave us a forewarning. You said the little man, the 1-year-old you got running around, Mr. Kai, could be knocking on the door at any point in time. How's that been getting to be home with your son?
I love it, but it's a definitely it's a mommy job because I never really had to be in the house like 24/7 with them. So I mean, I definitely see where she gets her hands full with them.
Well, certainly kudos to her. And yeah, I just want to kind of ask you sort of the process that you've been going through right now, the challenges that have kind of been presented during this time. A month ago, we look at the situation and really you're getting ready for the NFL draft. You're, working out, getting in front of scouts, and all of a sudden you're being told you got to stay at home. So what have been some of the biggest challenges you faced during this process?
Workout facilities and stuff are being shut down, so it's kind of these things where I'm getting in by myself with my brother, other people, just trying to, do something every single day to be able to stay in shape. Also, just taking all my meetings aren't in person anymore or flying out to the teams; they're all virtual.
Yeah, and not having that face-to-face interaction, is that hard for you, not being able to kind of get in front of those guys and have those conversations?
Well, I was lucky to be able to have my pro day, so most of the teams I met with during that time, as well as at the Senior Bowl, so I kind of got that out of the way a little bit.
So obviously that certainly kind of helped you. What are some of the things the scouts have talked to you about in terms of where you're at and some of the progression that you've made in your career at Auburn leading up until now in the NFL draft?
They just usually say, I had a great career, and just keep working.
So with the workouts and stuff, I know you said the gyms are closed. So what are you specifically doing at home? Do you have a gym at home or something that you're able to use to sort of keep you in shape and keep you healthy?
Yeah, definitely just getting out running, doing sprints, being able to ride a bike, just doing something every single day to be able to burn calories and just make something out of every day.
And so obviously we're rapidly approaching April 23rd. What are your plans for the NFL draft?
Of course, the plans would have been to be in Vegas, but we'll be at home, enjoying each other's company, getting ready to get set for a big night.
Very exciting stuff, and something that I'm sure you've dreamed of and anticipated for a really long time. And of course, as I said before, none of us really expected it to go down like this, but sort of when you reflect on this time and what sort of led you to this point, take us back through your Auburn career and just, some of the highlights and what it meant to be an Auburn Tiger and to play football at Auburn.
Auburn itself is a special place. I look back on it, and I think I made the best decision 4 years ago, and I sit there and talking to my parents about it all the time, and I can't believe it's over. When you're in school, you want to wish it away, but get out, you got to finally look back on it, and all I can do is just smile about it. I had the best time of my life when I was in college, on and off the field, and it was just it's an experience that I'll hold with me forever.
What is something you think you'll miss most about Auburn?
I just think the brotherhood I have with my teammates. We always, we're together basically 24/7. So, it was always something that you were talking about, laughing about, playing around about. Just those moments. I remember when I got to college, I used to hate fall camp. But I mean, now I look back on it and, my junior and senior, I kind of realized that this is the make or break moment for the team. This is when guys got to really truly band together and become something special. And, I'll miss those moments. Being able to play in Jordan Hare, I'll never get to play in Jordan Hare again. Just I'll miss moments like that.
And you talk about your brothers banding together, obviously a challenging time for everyone. And you've got a lot of guys obviously still at Auburn, sitting spring practice out, trying to figure out what's next. How are they going to battle back? And obviously the challenges that will them when the summer and the fall rolls around. Have you had an opportunity, I guess, to talk to any of those guys? I know you said a few weeks ago, you hadn't talked to any of those guys in a few weeks, but what are some of the challenges you think that are presented that become very difficult to overcome when you aren't able to go out and put pads on the football field?
I don't necessarily know if it's always just the football troubles. I think for big boys, it's kind of the conditioning factor. But if I know, I know our strength coach, so he's the best in the country, Coach Ryan Russell, and he'll definitely make up for it and get those boys right by the time the season comes around. You miss out on an opportunity to be able to prove yourself in the spring. That gives you two shots, fall camp for the guys that aren't really there yet. They miss out on that opportunity, but I think if they look at it wholeheartedly, then they'll kind of bring out the dog in them during camp and be able to push them to do for it. From what I've heard, I don't know if it's going to be. I heard that it's going to be canceled, but I don't know in what shape, fashion, or form they're going to be able to give them the practices back. So I don't know yet. I'm just kind of waiting around to see how this turns out.
And so you haven't talked to anybody back on campus to find out how any of your former teammates or guys that are still working out, like how they're staying in shape and obviously kind of keeping themselves up to par during this time?
Not really. My little brother's still on the team, so he's in the house with me and he works out with me. But other than that, I really haven't had the time really to, I reached out to I hear the defensive linemen talk all the time. They're trying to get their runs in, but they know when they're going to get back, it's going to be a lot different than just being able to run while you're at home than it is with our strength coach. So it'll be good for them.
So as somebody that's kind of gone through the program and made that transition from high school to college football, what would maybe be your advice to some of the younger Auburn commits, the guys that are coming on campus, anxiously awaiting to finally get on campus? What would be some advice that you would give them, especially as they're faced with some of these challenges that nobody ever could have anticipated?
I would say right now while you're at home, you better condition. It's gonna be a culture shock when you get to go to college. No matter what your program state it was, if it was the best or if it was the worst, it's completely different when you get to college. You go from the top to being on the bottom once again, and you just got to be able to get that attitude about I'm gonna grind and I won't be stopped, and just keep going from there.
All right, and as you look ahead, obviously just a couple weeks away from the NFL draft, what are you anticipating the most about this? Obviously, you've gotten to experience it. You got to have your pro day. You've gotten to get face-to-face with the scouts. What are sort of your thoughts and anticipations about the moment that you dreamed of hearing your name called in the NFL draft?
I don't know. It's crazy. Like everything's crazy right now. Like just that thought. It's exciting. But I'm in a kind of a time right now. It's kind of cloudy every day because it's kind of I'm sitting here and my birthday's next week and I only realized that maybe like 2 days ago, and I was just sitting there like, man, like the year is flying by, and I don't know. I just got a bunch of emotions just thinking about that night. Kind of focused on trying to stay in the best shape I can, so I'll be able to produce as soon as I get ready to be able to find out where I'm headed.
And I know that's an exciting time, and of course, with everything that's going on, hopefully you'll get the opportunity to celebrate your birthday. Maybe eat some cake, do something along those lines, of course. And I imagine it's just all really surreal. What do you think probably is one or two things that you learned while you were at Auburn, under Coach Malzahn that you really can take? And obviously, your line coaches and your strength coach, things that you could take with you to the next level that you think will benefit you as you go and play for an NFL football team?
I had to learn a lot. Just even the lessons and the lessons that you learn from football, to be a man. The willingness to never quit, no matter when things. That's something I'll always have with me, no matter what situation I'm in or what I'm doing. Also, just being able to be who you are and stay true to who you are. I had all types of accolades and things, and my coaches never looked to treat me any different. They treated me just like I was that freshman coming on campus. Took a lot more of a leadership role, but when it came down to handling business, they still treated me like I needed to, I still was the bottom tool, and that's all I could ask for because I don't want to get the big head. I'm humble about my standings, and I just try to work.
And obviously the decision to return to Auburn for your senior season had a lot of people questioning it. But obviously when you look back at that, what can you say about that decision ultimately and the importance and significance of that?
That was the best decision I made in my life. Definitely one of the hardest, but at the time, but yeah, looking back on it, it's the best decision I made in my life. I wrote the draft board from last year. Being able to sit there and just be able to be in my son's life for that whole first year, it was something special. I have no regrets about the decision I made, and I think my family and myself are very happy with what I chose to do. Got my degree in December as well, so I'm done with school. So got something that I'll always be able to cherish.
That's amazing and great perspective. I got to tell you, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get a special visit from Kai. Is he anywhere nearby? He can come say hi real quick.
Sounds like he's when you're going for a nap. I just heard my girlfriend yelling his name.
Well, we really appreciate your time, Derrick, so very much. And of course, we wish you a happy birthday. Take it all in, enjoy this process. And obviously, best of luck to you. We'll be following you guys. And we certainly wish you all the best in your NFL career.
Thank you. I appreciate it.